Hi, it's me again, and today I'm going to create another Java program, so bear with me, guys. Anyway, for today's video, I'm going to create a Java program that will print star like this one using for loops. So join me and let's solve this problem. A syntax that is really good at repeating like that is called a for loop. So right now we're going to print a statement using this code, that code, and see what will happen. So to make a for loop, just write the for right here, and then the opening and closing parentheses. Then inside of it, let's try int that has a variable name I equals to 0. I is less than 3, and then I plus plus, then the curly braces. Then you will print a statement. So we will write the system out print line, and let's put 1 star. And now we will save it and let's see what will happen. And so it looks like we have a 3 star right here. We click this green button and it goes into our code in this main method, which is whatever inside of these curly braces will be executed. So the first piece of code that you will see right here is the keyword for, and we have an integer or the int and a variable name I that is set to 0. 0 or I is less than 3, which is true. So if we run this code, this system code, you will get a 1 star. But let's go back to the top and let's apply this increment by 1. So now I is 1. I is less than 3. This is true. So we will run this code, then we will get a 1 more star. Then we go back again. I is now 2. So 2 is less than 3. So it means it will print another 1 more star. And now if we go back again, I is now 3. 3 is not less than 3. So we will stop right here. That's why you only see a 3 star. So if you notice right here, this number determines how many rows they are. So if I'm gonna change this to 7, then we will get a 7 star. But if you want to add 1 more star in just the same row, we will just make another loop inside the for loop like this one. So let's write another for loop with a different variable name. So let's write for, then int, and a variable name a, let's say a, then equals to 0. A is less than let's say 7, and then a plus plus and a curly braces. Then let's take this print statement, let's cut it and put it there, and let's save it and see what will happen. And there you go, we got a lot of star. This is because each time we print a star, we also print a new line. So if we remove this line, this part, and then for every row we want to print a separate line, I mean. So let's write another print statement down here, and just like that you will save it, and we got 7 rows and 7 columns. So this number right here, this number takes care of the amount of rows, while this number right here naman, it takes care of the amount of columns or the amount of stars. So if I change these two, we should get a 7 rows and a 2 columns. So we will save it, and so we get 7 rows and a 2 columns or a star. But what if we wanted to do our task today? Like first start here, then down here a 2 star, 3, 4, up to 7. Anyway, it all comes the amount of stars in the row. That should be the same number as the row you're on. So what if we will make this 1 star, a 2, 3, and 4, and so on up to 7. Remember that this for loop takes care of the rows, and this part of a for loop, it takes care of the amount of columns or the number of stars. So if the amount of columns or the amount of star is equal to the row you're on, then that might be work, right? So let's try it then. Remember that I is the row and A is the column. I is less than a row, so we will change this 2 into I. So we will save it, and we have it. If you notice that we start at 0 right here, we kind of wanted to start at 1, so we will change this starting row to 1 and then save it again. It also looks like it is going up to 6, even though we specified it to 7. That is because it has to be less than or equal to 7, so we will change this to, or we will add less than equal 7. Save it, and then there you go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 7 star. So what's happening here is we're clicking this green run button, and that runs our code here. So we're almost done. We're always saying so. We're almost done. We just have to copy something and change a few things to go back down. Now let's finish the last part. We already got a 7 star, so let's go back down. You only have to add the 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 star. We know that outside of this for loop takes care the rows, so we wanted to do 6 to 1 star. And now let's make another loop. Let's write for int I is a variable name, equals to 0. Then I is greater than 0, and then the I plus plus and a curly braces. And now that we're going down, it doesn't know yet on how many stars to start at. Remember that we need that we should start at to 6 stars. We know that this space of code right here take cares of adding stars to the columns. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing and paste it in here. So right now let's save it and see the result. And at last, it's done. We get a whole bunch of stars, starting to 1 up to 7 and 6 up to 1. Perfect. So that's how it works. I hope this solved the problem. So we're done. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.